Trinidad and Tobago is located on the continental shelf of South America. It is bordered by the Caribbean Sea, the North Atlantic Ocean, the Columbus Channel, and the Gulf of Paria. The major coastal environments in Trinidad include coral reefs, algal reefs, seagrasses, mangroves, mudflats, sandy beaches, rocky shores, and man-made shores. Mangroves can be defined as a group of halophilic species of trees, mainly growing in saline habitats. Sandy shores are formed by the accumulation of unconsolidated deposits of sand on the shoreline. Cuevas Bay is located along the north coast of Trinidad. It is 2.2 kilometers long and between 30 to 50 meters wide. The bay is protected by Abercrombie Point headland to the east and Las Cuevas Point headland to the west. The human components of the Las Cuevas environment include its aesthetic, economic, social, cultural, and ethical values. Environmental parameters can be used to measure and determine the status of the beach. These may include coastal processes, which is comprised of the longshore current and littoral drift, beach profile, sediment deposition, and wave transformation. Physical receptors refer to the air and water quality, along with noise levels and coastal geomorphology. Biological receptors can include marine and terrestrial flora and fauna, while socio-economic receptors include employment levels, tourism, fishing, and recreation. Sources of sediments in the bay include Abercrombie Point, the Las Cuevas Point, the Northern Range, offshore sediments, the Quebrada del Hierro River, a ravine in the east of the bay, and seasonal sandbars. The Las Cuevas Beach is an important habitat for many marine and terrestrial organisms. Vegetation observed on the beach include beach morning glory, which acts to stabilize beach sand, and coconut trees and almond trees, which also contribute to the stability of the beach while increasing the aesthetic value of the area and providing shade. Las Cuevas Bay is also known to be a nesting site for leatherback turtles and is a habitat for different species of birds, lizards, and snakes. Mangroves act as an important spawning and nursery ground for a wide range of economically and ecologically important species. Mangrove plants impede the flow of water, thereby enhancing the rate of deposition of sediments into new areas. Anoxic sediments under mangroves act as a sink for a variety of pollutants such as heavy metals, which are transported by overlying seawater and bound by colloid particles in the sediments. Red and white mangroves were observed in the Las Cuevas area. They are important habitats for marine wildlife and are of significant geomorphic and economic importance. Mangroves support unique ecosystems in the root structure. They are important marine regions for many juvenile marine organisms. The Quebrada del Hierro River is located on the western end of the bay. Its location can be attributed to the westerly direction of the longshore drift. The river acts as an important source of sediments to the beach. This is especially important during the rainy season, when discharge from the river is at its highest. The lagoon area of the river, where the mouth of the river feeds into the sea, is an important habitat for wildlife. Here, species of frogs and fish could be observed. The Las Cuevas Bay is exposed to the Caribbean Sea, which provides provisional services such as marine fisheries, including crabs, oysters, and ornamental fish. Regulatory services include waste disposal, assimilation, treatment, and regulation of coastal water quality, regulation of climate and microclimate, population regulation, and habitat and species diversity. Open oceans provide support to biodiversity and is an important part of food webs, nutrient cycling, and transport of waves. The currents are an essential process for the transport of sand-sized particles, which are eroded from Abercrombie headland and offshore bars. Wave refraction is one of the most important processes for the transport of particles from sources to sinks. The Las Cuevas Bay is an important fishing village. There are an estimated 45 operational fishing vessels and 120 fishermen operating out of the area. Numerous species of fish have been identified at fish landing sites along the north coast. While no fishery statistics are available for Las Cuevas, fishery statistics are available for Maracas Bay, with 44 species commonly recorded, including kingfish, carrot, yellowfin grouper, and redfish. Discharged wastewater from the ravine at the fishing depot is a source of contamination in the marine environment, which, due to the high bacterial content, may have a negative effect on public health. Las Cuevas Bay has been designated as one of the tourism developmental companies' tourist sites due to its significant aesthetic value. This bay is an important recreational area for activities such as swimming, camping, and carrying out picnics. These activities are directly affected by the air and water quality of the area. Camping is generally limited to the edge of the river on the western end of the beach, close to the estuary. It involves the cutting of bamboo for the construction of structures, the clearing of vegetation for tents, and also results in the high incidence of improper disposal of waste. The result of all these factors is the degradation of the estuary, which is an important source of sediments which aid in the buildup of the Las Cuevas beach, and is also a nursery for freshwater organisms dwelling in mangroves and marine aquatic organisms. Even though there are signs indicating no vehicles are allowed on the beach, as it is a nesting site for leatherback turtles, heavy vehicle tracks along with all-terrain vehicles have been observed on the beach. In assessing the health of Las Cuevas Beach, monitoring should be carried out for infauna, epifauna, invertebrate and vertebrate communities. While physical, biological, and chemical features are important in the assessment of the status of sandy shores, there are, however, no internationally approved standards existing for these features. Las Cuevas Bay is considered as a stable beach with a consistent profile and is largely affected by the actions of waves and tides. Human-related impacts on the beach include agricultural and industrial runoff, as well as developments. These human-related activities act together with natural coastal processes, causing changes to the sand budget, resulting in overall changes to the beach habitats, beach species, and beach morphological functions.